Namaskaram. I welcome you to the fifth conversation in the series Back to Basics. Today, we'll be focusing on the singular most important possession for a dancer, the body. Every dancer needs to have a basic understanding of what their only instrument consists of, and how to work it, how to keep it healthy, how to keep it injury free, and how to dance longer. To throw some light on these aspects, I welcome Sahiti Reddy Vedire, who has been a Kuchipudi dancer for the longest time, and she's also a Laban movement analyst. I will now invite her into this conversation. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Okay, good. Thank you for keeping up with our timings, our Indian timings, and waking up really early to do this for us. Sahiti, one thing I want to ask you first before we go into discussing the actual body. You had been a Kuchipudi dancer for almost two and a half decades before you trained in Laban.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So, how did your perception and your understanding of the body change after you went through the process of training in Laban from before?
It's interesting actually. As a Kuchipudi dancer, I used to understand what my gurus used to say, but I really would not sometimes connect to my own body. I just used to listen what they are talking and try to move my body in a way to satisfy them, not really understand what they're asking out of me and doing that movement. For
Can you give
example,
us an example? Yeah.
yeah, for example, when I was training with my Guru Shastri sir, I used to have a tendency to put my hands up this way.
Mm, mm,
And sir always used to tell, like, bring your hands down. And it used to go down. He's like, bring it up.
mm.
It's up. And we used to just play this for the entire class of up and down movement. I think you know it sometimes. Later, when I went to Laban and I was understanding the basic body, understanding the anatomy of the body, like the bones and the muscles, then I understood. Oh, he never wanted me to move my entire shoulder. He was just talking about my arms. I always used to
Mm,
bring up my deltoids up, and I used to
mm,
squeeze my shoulder blades, bring my
mm,
trapezium muscles, and work around all over and feel that pain after every class. Or if I
mm.
just drop it here, I used to have a kind of a discomfort in my triceps.
Triceps.
When I
Mm, mm.
understood like the basic anatomy of the, like, bones and muscles, I'm like, oh, I missed out
This
this
is how it is.
small point like all these years, and we had so much of like disconnect or not understanding. That is a one main opener for me.
Okay. So, how do you understand the body now? What is your relationship with the concept of body?
Sometimes if I don't understand movement, I directly go to my own skeleton.
Mm,
Then I try to connect it from there. I
mm,
try to understand my body in terms of anatomy and then move it. Even if I have now any injury or any pain, I'll try to relate, is this pain coming from my bones? Is this pain coming from my
muscles,
muscles? Or is this just the
tendons.
ligaments or like,
Mm,
tendons or ligaments? What is a
mm,
pain and how do I react? That is one main eye opener. I never understood the pain. For everything, the
mm.
general term I used to use is
It's
there is a
pain.
pain.
It's paining. There
It's
is
paining.
pain. My leg is aching. There's a pain in my leg, or there's a pain in my arm, or there's a pain in my upper back. But exactly where the stress is. So it's interesting because when you say pain, we also work with movement like this, right? We use broad terms when we give instructions generally in the traditional system of training.
Exactly.
We say move your arm.
Mm-hmm.
So arm could be anything.
Exactly.
Like you could move your arm using your arm, you could move your arm using your upper back, you could move your arm using your shoulder. Exactly what is it? So that kind of acute knowing where what is generated, whether it's pain or movement or stress or engaging muscles, that is is that what you've developed after training in Laban?
Yes, that I developed, that I understood of my body a lot, and I can also see it.
Mm. Mm.
After understanding anatomy a lot, I could see human. I should like if somebody says something, I'm like, okay, you are using this joint differently. Like, how do I
Join.
communicate? How do I tell
Yeah.
about that joint to you? So,
Yeah.
do I have to
Yeah.
explain the whole anatomy or just, touch? And there are some sensory muscles. When we
Mm.
touch and make them understand, it will directly go
On.
and store. So that is one technique
Oh.
I myself used to do it. So ease it up.
Okay.
So push it down. Bring your triceps up. Engage your triceps here. So that is one technique. I started using it for myself, and also sometimes in my teaching I use it. That helps.
Mm.
It helps
Okay.
to
Okay.
memorize.
Wonderful.
And
Okay.
also just the
Yeah. So we'll, no, you continue because then I'll start with my questions,
yeah.
actual questions.
Yeah, and also not just the body by itself, body in terms of space is another concept that
Ah.
I understood in Laban, and
Mm.
that was another major opening for me. I was like,
Mm.
okay, there are different axes, different planes. It's just not like,
Mm.
just turn to the side, turn to the front, turn to the diagonal. No. Okay, now when I'm doing this, I'm using the three-dimensional plane or two-dimensional plane. So, say, suppose, for
Mm.
example, in our first step, when we are
Mm.
doing this, what dimensions are we using? How do I tell? And also this step when we do on Kunchitam, okay, you just have to be in between those two pillars. You just use the two-dimensional space, like use a
Mm.
plane instead of three-dimensional movement. Imagine yourselves
Three-dimensional.
in a plane. So
Mm.
those kind of small movements helped me like understanding the space in terms of
Understand.
body.
Nice, nice. So we'll begin from the innermost part of the body, which is the skeleton. So in our skeleton, in the bones, in the numerous bones that we have, I don't know, I never paid attention in biology, but the numerous bones that we have, what are the really important bones and joints that a dancer needs to be aware of?
That's really interesting. Before going there, let's understand a little concept of space so that we can easily
Mm.
understand our bones and joints and muscles from there, in which space it is.
Mm.
So, what is an axis? We have Pragna here to show us some movements. We also have Chitti for our deep movements.
Hello,
And
Chitti. Hello,
also,
Pragna.
and we also have Balu if we need bigger movements. Um,
Okay.
we will take help of them.
I really feel very nostalgic about my biology lab.
Yeah, even me too. Sitting with the skeletons. Yesterday, I was just working with all the skeletons around, and Pranya is like, "What are you doing?" So
Okay.
let's,
So,
Pranya. So we will talk about the basic axis now. There are
mm,
three different types. One is just the vertical line, the vertical
mm,
axis, and
mm,
then the horizontal line, like a
mm,
plus, which goes
mm,
in this way, and another one is
mm.
the sagittal, like a y axis
Sagittal.
going forward.
Vertical, horizontal, sagittal.
That's right. These are just the
Okay.
axes, like a single line.
Okay. Okay.
Now imagine a plane. Plane is
Mm,
like a paper, like a
mm,
square or a rectangle
mm,
shape.
mm,
Uh, so when we are doing the linear plane,
mm.
we will cut the body in half. So there's a
Okay.
front and back,
And there's a back.
and there is
Mm,
a back. And then the
mm,
movement goes sidewise because we have already split her into the half. We can just move
mm.
side to side.
Side to side. Okay. Mm.
Okay. Another
Mm.
plane is the horizontal plane, the transverse plane, where I am
Mm.
chopping her in between. There's an upper body,
Okay.
there's a lower body. So
Okay.
this helps in the rotational movements from
Okay.
side to side in that plane. So when you imagine this
Mm.
is one plane and that's another plane,
Mm.
and also some kinds of
Okay.
rotations.
Okay.
Now
Okay.
let's get into bones.
Sagittal.
Bones. Oh, there is also a sagittal plane where I cut her in half so she can move
Okay.
forward and back.
Okay.
This is her plane. I've cut her in half and she is moving like forward with some movements
And back.
back,
Mm.
like the diditai that we use in the yoga.
Ah.
Forward.
Mm. Mm.
Like I can just say,
Mm.
use this plane. Don't go all
Mm.
over the place. You cannot, like,
Mm.
move your hand all over. It's just a sagittal. Forward and back, forward and back.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
These are the three
Okay.
basic planes.
Interesting. Mm.
Now let's talk about the bones.
With Chitti or Balu?
We'll start with Balu, and if we have to
Mm.
go, if I have to zoom in up, then I'll use Chitti.
Okay. Very interesting.
So bones, like what are bones? They give some shape and support to our body. If we
Okay.
don't have bones, we are just like an amoeba, just muscles
Mm.
floating around, just
Mm.
like an amoeba all over the place. This gives a proper shape and also support. We
Mm.
have, as an adults, we have 206 bones.
Okay.
Let's divide these bones into two different sections, like axial
Okay.
bones and appendicular
Mm.
bones.
Okay.
Axial bones are the central bones. It is the head and the
Okay.
torso. And the
Okay.
appendicular, meaning just the extensions. Your
Okay.
hands, your legs, your shoulder blades, and your hips.
Okay.
We have almost 80 axial bones, which are
Mm.
just in one axis, in
Mm.
center
Mm.
axis.
Mm.
Let's start with the skull.
Mm.
In skull, we have cervical bones, which protects our
Mm.
brains.
Mm.
This is the main function of this. Pooja,
Mm.
can you hold this for me, please? Cranial. This protects our brains. There are
Okay.
8 different bones. If you look at
Okay.
a skull, there are the small grooves
Mm. Mm. Inside. Mm.
inside. There are the small grooves. Those
Mm.
grooves are called. You don't have to remember all the
Know
names.
the names.
Know
Mm.
the names. It's called foramina. From the
Mm.
tiny grooves, the holes,
Mm.
nerves and arteries and veins come into the brains. These
Acha.
ones. And there is
Okay.
another big hole where there's a
Mm.
screw. It's usually a hole.
Mm.
That is the first opening in our head.
Head. Okay.
That is where the spinal cord passes through.
Oh. Okay.
So that is one of our first opening in our head, where we say there's one
Okay.
opening.
Is it somewhere here? Is it somewhere like
Yes, it's
here?
in the back. Yes, that's right.
Base of the
Somewhere,
skull, at the
yes,
base of the skull. Yes.
yes.
Okay.
Because that is where the spinal cord needs to come. Spinal cord needs to come and attach from the
Mm.
back.
Mm.
So that's somewhere there. And we
Mm.
also have in skull the facial bones. We have
Mm.
14 different facial bones.
Mm.
Next, let's look at the important thing, the vertebral column,
Yes.
spine.
Mm. The
Spine,
Saushtavam.
yes, the Saushtvam. Let's look at the spine. In spine, there are 13 different bones.
Mm.
Some of them are fused. So sometimes we just
Mm.
say we have 26 bones.
Mm.
What are the 13 different bones? One is the cervical, which is
Mm.
right here. There are
Yeah.
7 of them.
Yeah.
This will support the head and its
Okay.
movements a lot.
Okay. Okay.
And it has almost 8 pairs of spinal nerves
Okay.
that will help Those nerves will help with the neck,
Signals.
arms,
Mm,
hands,
mm,
and shoulders. It will give signals to all these parts. These
okay.
these 7 cervical bones. And then the
Okay.
next one is called the thoracic spine.
Mm,
We have 12 different bones here in the thoracic spine.
mm,
Okay, it also supports the neck because neck doesn't have a lot of support. It gives that
huh.
stability, holding it
Stability.
upright.
Mm,
And it
mm,
also anchors the rib cage. This is where we have our organs.
okay.
So this also anchors the rib cage, this
Rib cage
thoracic.
protects all the vital organs by anchoring the rib cage,
That's
basically.
right. And it also
Yeah.
sends, with the
Mm,
spinal nerves, it also sends to the upper back, chest, and abdomen. These thoracic
okay.
nerves are important to send the signals for the upper back and then the
Okay.
chest and the abdomen. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And then we
Okay.
have a
So
lumbar.
let's say I have to engage my core. So I'm basically giving signals from my thoracic spine, right? If I have to engage my abdomen,
That's right.
are the signals going through my thoracic spine?
It is going through your thoracic and also your lumbar spine.
Lumbar spine. Okay.
Thoracic, what it does is it sends from the top,
Mm,
this passes the signals down all the way
mm,
from the top. That is where this acts a lot. It sends to the front and it works with the
mm,
abdomen a little bit and also for the lower body. That is
mm,
where the thoracic spine helps.
mm,
Next
mm,
most important is our lumbar. This doesn't have
mm.
support and this is the most injured.
Injury prone part of the spine, especially for dancers.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
um, look at this one. This is also in the shape of a S. The spine
S.
is
Okay.
also in
Okay.
the shape of a S.
There's a natural curve.
There's a natural curve. Natural curve is
Okay.
still okay. But when we are
Mm.
arching, we are just pushing this
That is
forward.
not okay.
That is
Yes.
absolutely not okay. And that is where, because it doesn't even have a lot of support.
Can
You know,
Pragna show us that arching that most dancers that we see in most dancers do without realizing it?
without realizing it. Yes.
Yeah, can the
Whenever we say
arching Pragna.
Saushtavam,
Mm.
whenever we say Saushtavam, the arching goes
Up the
even more.
ha
Upper body up. So this
upper
is a
body up.
deeper arch we see,
Deep arch, which
pushing the
is
hips.
not done.
Exactly. With pushing the hips
Mm.
out. It is not just the
Mm.
thoracic. It also has
Mm.
a issue with our most important, again, the fused spine, sacrum and the
Mm.
tailbone, coccyx. That also it's pushing
Okay.
out. Usually that is the
Okay.
one which elevates up.
We have to. Okay. Okay.
Hold it. Sometimes what happens when you do this, when you go try to do this to support it.
Mm.
And whenever I
Mm.
say come
Mm.
up, you're not like, people sometimes don't realize that they even need to use the lower body, it just comes up with the upper body. And that is when the arch comes.
Arch happens. Acha. Okay.
Usually we all
So
tend to, yeah.
so we have to do it from the lower body. The straightening should happen from the lower part
Yes,
of the spine.
it can be happen from the upper or lower, but because we don't understand if we are doing our lower, if you are just pushing your lower forward, there's absolutely upper body comes up like a magic.
Uh,
You cannot do this and again do this.
yes.
You
Okay.
push
Okay.
the lower body in to bring that upper body up. That is one
Up.
beautiful, what do you say, function of the
Concept
spine.
of the spine.
Of the
Mm.
spine. It will make sure it is staying in its own place
Straight.
and not injure itself.
Mm.
So it's just that we don't have to overarch it.
We should not.
We
So,
should
what
not.
is the right way of doing the Sausthavam? What is the right way of approaching Sausthavam? Even without Aramandi, like even if you're just standing, how do we approach Sausthavam?
There is this beautiful concept that we use in our
Mm,
class is bucket in
mm,
and bucket out. Okay?
mm,
Imagine there's a
mm,
bucket of water. This is the bucket of
mm,
water. When you're pushing your hips, it's going out.
mm, mm.
Even as a dancers, not just while dancing, we are used to push
Keeping
sometimes
it out all the time, all the time.
all the time, making sure that is Saushavam, and that affects our lower back a lot.
Yes,
So
yes.
that concept is bucket, like you're pouring your water out. Make sure your
Mm,
bucket is
mm.
always out. And I already said, use your own hands to help it, go in for your
Push it
mind
in,
to.
tuck it in, basically.
Let's
Yeah,
not even use the word tuck, because when we are
tuck,
tucking, we are again putting it
bringing
inwards.
it inwards.
We
No,
don't
no,
want
that's
that
not
as
tuck.
well. Yeah, we don't
Okay,
want this 60%. We don't want this 90%. We'll have a neutral.
okay.
From here, you just
Neutral spine.
neutral spine. Hold your hands, guide it through it, and just push it straight. Your body comes
Straight,
up.
that's it.
That's
Mm,
it.
mm.
Just go to the wall, push it straight.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
exactly. Just go here. Obviously, when you're doing this ashram, this is where you feel. Just
Yeah,
push it up. Even then, when you're feeling the lower back, that is when release it out. That
okay, okay.
guide with your own hands and release it in and out.
Out.
Okay, when you do
And
this,
know
you
how
will
it feels.
how it feels, and you can easily feel that pain gone instantly. When we are
Once we
doing
stop unarching our back, our
arching our
lower back.
back. And
Yeah,
also,
yeah.
what does this lumbar spine does? It
Mm,
has a sac of nerves
mm.
that will help give the signals to the lower body.
Okay,
So this also controls the leg movements.
okay,
All
okay.
these five pairs, they also give. If you're arching and injuring it, you also don't feel like moving your lower body.
Ah, okay, okay. So that if that is very tight and taut and it's not healthy, then the signals also stop becoming
Flowing, it doesn't
quick
flow
or
properly,
flow. Yes,
and
yes,
then you cannot
yes.
move your legs properly while
Legs
dancing.
properly. Acha, cha, cha. Okay, okay.
So
So that,
it's not just the leg muscles that you are working, or the hip muscles, or the core muscles. It's also related to your spine and back.
spine,
So that is one. This is one of the main lumbar, and this is where
major
we have a lot of injuries also.
injuries. Absolutely. We have so many classical dancers have lower back issues.
Not just the classical dancers, huh? I would say the
Everyone,
engineers, yeah,
everyone.
everyone. Even the engineers, while sitting, they scoot in, like they scoot in
Yeah,
and try to work like this,
yeah, yeah,
or
yeah,
just scoot forward and try to work like that.
yeah,
That
yeah.
also affects. And then the next
Mm,
one is
mm,
called the sacrum. These
mm,
five fused bones
mm,
are called sacrum. And then the
mm,
three fused tiny bones
mm,
is called the
mm.
tailbone.
Tailbone.
This is called the tailbone and also coccyx.
Mm,
These two
mm,
together, they
mm,
help in our walking, running, sitting. It's just
mm.
them that helps. These are all working and making it stable, neutralized. This is an important part that helps when you're tucking it in or tucking it, pushing it out. So when you're pushing this
That
lumbar,
gets
you'll
affected.
affect it. Out, this
Mm.
sticks in out. If not, if you're tucking it in, that is also a problem. You'll do the slouching.
Slouching
Yeah,
happens.
we don't
Okay.
want that or this. These are
Mm.
another nerves. This will help the movement of the lower body. It's connected from
Okay.
here and the lower body.
Mm. Okay.
What
Okay.
does this these tiny discs in between? Do we see some discs? Yeah, from the front.
Mm, mm, mm,
These are the
mm.
discs that help in
Acha.
cushioning the spine. When you're jumping, there's a tiny
Mm.
cushion happening. So these are the
Is it like those
stress balls,
yeah, stress balls and car has it, no?
suspensions.
Suspensions. Is it like that?
Exactly. These are
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
suspensions. This will
Okay.
uh, protect our spine.
Okay. Okay. Those discs
This,
protect our spine. Okay.
yes. And another
Okay.
interesting thing is spine has two, uh, what do I say? Ligaments passing in the one in the front, one in the
And
back.
one in the back. Okay.
Like a
Beside the
one back,
spine.
huh,
Beside the spine.
along all the way from top to the bottom. That will not let it move. It's like a band. It's like a
Oh.
rope. Imagine like
That holds it in place like
that
that.
holds it in place. And this is
Okay. Okay.
connecting all those bones and holding it place not to injure. That is
Okay.
another tiny rope,
Okay.
but an interesting,
Ligament. Yes.
yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
interesting mechanism in the body.
But isn't that the one that keeps getting tight when we stress the body, the spine? Is that ligament? There's a lot of tightness in the ligament.
Not really.
Does that
It
happen?
happens in between these ligaments, not those
Acha.
vertical ligaments. When you see that vertical ligaments happening, you sit. Like
Acha.
this needs to happen to
Happens.
strain
This
that.
tends to happen. Ah, okay.
Like for lower back, yes, because we are sitting like this and not sitting up and erect. Sometimes
Up,
we can
up.
see that loosening there.
Hmm. Okay.
Um,
Okay.
so
Okay.
that is
So what
for
about the pelvis? What about the pelvis, the aramandi?
the pelvis comes in the appendicular bones. Let's
Okay.
finish our axial bones first.
Okay, I'm sorry.
There is
Sorry. Yes,
one more
axial.
axial bone, which are the
Mm.
ribs and the
Mm.
sternum. When we do CPR, we break the sternum
Mm.
to reach the heart and get it pumping. So this is like a flat,
Okay.
thin bone.
Bone
It's almost
here.
like, yeah, it's a flat,
Mm.
thin bone in front,
Mm.
which is
Mm.
connected to the ribs and
Okay.
also the
Between the
clavicle.
in the middle of the chest. In the
In the
middle of the
middle of the
chest.
chest. Your heart is right here.
Okay. Okay.
If it's sometimes, if it is pauses or something, we push this sternum to activate it, like shock
Activate
it
the
with that.
heart.
Shock it with this one. So, and we have like 12 ribs. Five
Mm.
of them are directly fused to the sternum.
Ah.
Another five are indirectly fused to the sternum. And
Ah.
there are other two ribs, they're just hanging ribs.
Hanging in there. Okay.
They're
Okay.
just hanging in there.
Okay.
And
Okay.
these
So I have a
things,
question. Okay.
go
Huh.
ahead.
Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on. I'm talking about moving it.
These are the tiny, there's a tiny line if you can see it here.
Mm.
Let's
Mm.
bring do you see the
Mm.
tiny line?
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah,
do. I do.
yeah.
I do.
The ones which is attaching, those are the cartilage. It is not
Okay.
still complete bone. It's that bone cushioning. There's a bone and there's
Ah.
a cartilage. So that is still the
Ah.
cartilage part of it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Okay. So my question is, when we ask people to move the torso,
mm-hmm,
many find it extremely difficult to actually perform. So
mm-hmm,
when we say torso in dance, we're talking about the rib cage, right? Moving the rib cage. Like in this diditai, we move in this diditai. This diditai. That torso I'm talking about. That
mm-hmm,
torso movement.
mm-hmm.
So why is it so difficult to isolate the rib cage, or how can we make sure that they get it, they get the movement?
So you're not exactly working on that rib cage, but you're
Hmm.
trying to just underneath that rib cage, you're working that muscle. It's not
Acha,
the entire
acha.
rib cage that you'll be working. It's the
Okay.
muscles right here that you'll be working right underneath the rib cage. Rib cage is
Back,
just there.
behind,
Back
behind.
and also in the
Okay,
front. Behind and also in the front little bit.
okay,
Rib cage
okay.
is just there to support it. Whatever movements you do,
Huh.
if you hold it, hold your rib cage, and you can see that flow happening like kinda,
Under
under.
it. Huh, huh.
Uh,
Okay, okay. So actually, rib cage is moving because I'm moving the muscles. It's
ah,
not exactly the rib cage that I'm moving,
no,
right?
no, no, no. It's just that
Oh,
muscles
okay,
you're moving. That
okay.
is when the bone is also moving. Usually bone is just
Okay.
there.
Bones is just,
Muscle is the
yeah,
person, he's always ready.
yeah,
Come, let's go, let's come, let's go. It's the muscle
yeah,
is the,
yeah, yeah.
mischievous
Is the
one who
one that
always
makes
wants to
sure.
go out. Always ready with the shoes on to go out.
Yes, yes.
Um,
Okay. So isolating those muscles becomes really difficult because I see, when I say move your torso, people either start moving the shoulder or the hip or the pelvis. But to isolate this, it becomes slightly difficult.
that is when the space and planes come in.
Come in.
So when you ask them to move in one plane, linear plane, they just have to go side to side because they're cut in this half. They cannot
Mm,
bend it.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
using that space terms will also, make
Help,
it
help.
understand easily, like where they're placing their body,
Sure,
which
sure.
part and where.
Yeah.
So that is
Okay.
our axial bones. Then coming to
Bones.
our
Okay.
appendicular bones.
With which we really dance a lot.
A lot. There are
Mm.
almost 126 appendicular bones.
Hmm.
So there are, like, let's divide it into pectoral girdle, pelvic
Uh,
girdle, hands and
uh,
legs.
okay.
What is
Okay.
pectoral girdle? It connects the upper limbs to the axial bones. Axial bones is main.
Hmm. Hmm.
So everything needs to be connected to it. Your hands
Hmm.
and your
Hmm.
legs. This is the main part of
Hmm.
this body, right? This square is our
Hmm.
main part.
Hmm.
So
The body square.
pectoral,
Hmm.
the body square. Pectoral girdle
Hmm.
will help connect. There's
Collarbones come into that?
yes,
Collarbones,
collarbones.
shoulder bones. Okay.
Collarbones and this
Shoulder
shoulder
blades,
blades,
scapula,
scapula.
scapula. Okay.
Clavicle and scapula together forms the pectoral girdle. That
Okay.
gives support to the hands and it connects
Acha.
our
Okay.
hands to the axial skeleton.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
later, so many muscles come in place to attach
Yeah,
it
yeah,
properly
yeah.
and not move it.
Yeah, and make sure there's a range of movement. There is diverse kinds of movement. Yeah. Okay.
And
And
then next, we will look at the arms. We have one big bone here in the arms.
mm,
It's
mm.
called this. Actually, interestingly, when we have to use the technical correct words, only this part is called the arm, not the entire thing.
Um. Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm,
So
mm,
this is an arm. It's
mm,
called humerus. And then the next
mm.
one, in the forearm, we have two different bones.
I didn't know that. Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
it always had two different bones. It's radius and
Okay.
ulna. Forearm has two different bones.
Okay. Are they very close together?
They are connected. They're not close
Okay.
together. There is a gap. They are connected with the joint, an
Oh, okay.
immovable
Mm.
joint. That's when we
That's
still
why we
say
can't do anything with it. Yeah.
that is
Except
when
rotate it from the elbow. Mm.
exactly. That is when we cannot do anything. We just have to rotate. This is an immovable joint like the brain.
Joint. Uh-huh. Okay.
And then the next interesting topic is the wrist.
All our mudras. Yes.
All our
Mm.
mudras. We have
Mm.
8 carpals in the wrist. These are
Mm.
fused together.
Mm. Mm.
Hi.
Hi, Balu.
These are fused together. And then
Um,
we have 5 metacarpals. These are the long places in our hands. So
mm.
these are the carpals, 8
Mm.
carpals.
Mm.
And these are the metacarpals.
Okay.
And then all these fingers or these joints are the um, phalanges.
Mm. Okay, the three. I've
Right.
always wondered why does a thumb only have one when
Exactly.
the others have,
Others have 3, thumb has 2.
yeah. Is it is it
Yes,
like that? It is
it
like
is
that.
like that. It is like that. That is
Evolutionary reasons. Okay.
that's an
Mm.
evolution. That was a nice fun fact. I always like I was there. We still see few lines
Yeah.
If you look, but it's not the bone. It's just
It's
this
not it.
one.
You can't. Yeah. Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
this one and this one. This is just there for the
A line.
symmetry, I
Yes.
guess.
Yes. Yes.
Um,
Yes.
and then we have
Hmm.
a very similar structure as our hand.
With
We
the
have
leg.
a
With the
with the
leg.
leg.
Yes.
Oops.
Chitty fell down.
Chitty stand fell down.
Okay.
So with the legs. This
Hmm.
is called the thigh bone, the femur.
The biggest, longest bone in our body, right?
Longest bone and also the strongest bone
Strongest bone. The
together. One
thickest, probably.
thickest,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
bone in
Mm,
our
mm.
body because it has to take, sometimes it has to take the weight of our body.
Yeah.
And then as we have it in the hands, radius and ulna, even in the feet, we have two different
Mm,
bones.
mm,
These are called tibula and fibula.
mm.
And then we have again in the ankle,
Similarly. Mm,
similarly, we
mm,
have tarsals,
mm.
metatarsals, and phalanges.
Okay.
And other main, for the upper body, we have a pectoral girdle that is attaching our arms. And for the
Lower body
lower
has the
body,
pelvic girdle.
we have a
Pelvic.
pelvic girdle, which is attaching our legs. This connects our lower
Mm,
body.
mm,
So where does it start from? If we look in the
mm,
back, it
mm,
starts from our sacrum.
mm.
So whenever again we are arching back and pushing those hips back, it will affect in our walking because this is the connection,
Ah,
right? This is not letting our
yeah.
legs move properly. This is where the
Properly. Mm.
signals are coming, and this is where
Oh, so
not
the leg can't bend freely, right? It can't bend. It can't
because
do its role freely because
properly.
it's holding it up. Ah, okay.
Yes, that is where it
Okay.
starts. And this also
Okay.
helps in the balance of the trunk, hips,
Yes, pelvic girdle, the pelvic.
pelvic girdle, the entire pelvic girdle. When you're
Okay.
moving it forward, it doesn't have the balance. When you're moving it back, it doesn't have the balance. This pelvic girdle is more stable. This is one
Mm.
of the most stable
The
bones.
grounding part. Mm, mm,
That's right. That is what we used to, we have to use it a lot. Another
mm.
thing is these are all different bones when we are kids. Now they're all fused together.
Acha.
It was three different bones, all
Oh,
fused after by, yeah.
what age does it get fused? Any approximate age? 12,
No,
13? No?
no, I have no idea.
Okay,
I
okay.
think
So maybe that's why when people start dancing and gymnastics at that age, they mold the bones also a certain way and don't maybe. Am I thinking too much?
I am not sure about it. We should ask the doctors probably like what is happening.
Yeah,
I am,
because there are certain
we
movements that
can
we cannot get
do
after a
as,
certain age.
that's
Yeah,
right.
so like if you want to do ballet, you have to start at 3. If you want to be a gymnast, you have to start at 3. We cannot start at 17.
That's right.
So I'm thinking maybe there is something to do with the fusing of the bones now that you said it. Okay,
Probably.
okay, move on.
And
Let's move
another
on.
interesting thing is what about the knees and the elbows? Are they
Ah,
bones?
yes.
Are they joints?
And they joints? I thought they were joints.
They were joints, but at the knee we have this kneecap.
Yeah, patella.
Yes. And the other ones is just the joints. Because of the injuries, we remember the names, right?
I know. Only because of my injuries. Okay, they are
Now,
fused by the end of puberty, 11 to 17. Okay,
they're fused by the end. Okay.
end of
Puberty,
puberty.
11 to
Okay,
7. That's good.
okay, okay. So this patella is the kneecap.
That's the kneecap.
Mm,
It has
mm.
its own entire anatomy by itself. That we will talk later.
Later,
Now,
later.
now
Yes.
we understood the axial, the main,
Yeah.
which is central bone, and
Yes.
also the appendicular bones.
Yes.
Now let's
Yes.
get into the joints.
Okay.
What are
Yes.
joints?
Yes.
Two or more joints?
1 second. I'm very sorry about that bell being rung. Extremely sorry. Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
then we have joints. What are joints? Two
Okay.
or more
Huh.
bones fused together. Let's bring the balu here. Two or more bones fused together is the basic joint.
Joint.
Each and every bone is attached to another bone. Except
Each and every
one.
bone is attached to another bone. Okay. Except the
one
brain?
bone. No, brain is also attached. Except one bone that is in the neck. It's called hyoid. It's in the U shape by itself.
Okay.
And it's not attached to the bone, interestingly. It holds the tongue.
Oh.
Somewhere here.
Oh. Adam's apple, is that it? Is that men's Adam somewhere connected to Adam's apple? Don't know.
I don't know. Probably this is the bone. So Adam's apple will be only say, some people have it and some people don't.
I know. Sahiti, you're going off. One second, people, let me just check what's happening. Okay.
Hi.
Yeah, you're back. Yes, hi.
Yeah.
You're back.
Yes,
Good.
I am back. We had an issue with our
Adam didn't want us to talk about his apple.
His apple. Probably. You are just, I'm just staying happily single alone. Just move on. Don't try to fuse me with other things.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And
then what about the joints?
Joints. We have 3 types of joints. One are immovable joints, like in skull. So if you see really carefully, we talked, right? We have 8 different bones in skull, and there is this tiny sutures that we see. Those are immovable joints. It will not let it move. Another interesting immovable joints is between these 2 bones.
Yeah.
It doesn't let it move.
Yeah.
And also we have one more immovable joint in our tooth. And the next one we have like slightly movable joints.
Okay.
This doesn't have a lot of motion, like
range.
Fine. And it doesn't even have to move.
Okay.
But
it can be left alone.
It can be left alone, but it can, if we want, we can move it little slightly. If not, it is just there. And then the next one is the freely movable.
Sahiti, suddenly there's an echo. I don't know why. It was absolutely fine until now.
Can you hear now properly?
There's a little bit of echo. Did something change around?
Not really.
No.
No.
Okay. Just go on.
Do we still have an echo?
Slight echo, but it's okay. It's not bad.
It's not bad? Okay. Then let's go.
It's not bad. Okay.
Then the next one is called the freely movable joints. The entire concept of joints are to move freely. Joints, the main purpose of the joints is to move. So most of the joints are movable joints. There are very limited which are like immovable or slightly movable joints. And
the reason dance happens is because of the joints.
Movable joints.
Yes.
Joints and the muscles around it. So let's talk. We have different types. First one, one is called a hinge joint. It only has one axis movements.
Okay, like?
Wrist.
Like the knee. Elbow, knee.
That's right.
Knee.
That is hinge joints.
Hinge joints.
Also another hinge joint that we don't expect what it is and we use a lot is a foot.
Oh, it's a hinge joint. It doesn't have a rotation?
Yeah. At this joint, it's just a hinge joint.
Okay.
See, if you look at the skeleton, this is
yeah.
Hinge joint.
Hinge.
We are rotating from here. From our
thumb,
not the joint.
Oh. Acha. Okay. So actually we're not rotating the entire foot. We are only rotating a part of the foot.
Yeah, we're not rotating at the ankle. We are rotating at the part
ankle. Yeah. Okay.
So that
Is
is
the
what
same case with is it the same case with the wrist, or is a wrist
wrist
is a
is
hinge
movable.
and
Wrist,
movable?
wrist is a
Okay.
movable. Wrist is a
Okay.
different kind of joint. It sits. I should have a. Wait, I will tell and show you.
So we have something called a hinge joints. That is one kind of motion, one kind of movement, right?
Wrist joint is something like this, something like a ball and socket joint.
Huh.
Something like a ball and socket joint, but it is not exactly, it's in the elliptical shape. So wrist, you
Okay.
cannot
Okay.
completely do a circular rotation, like how you do
Okay.
it here.
With the hand. With the hand.
Exactly.
Okay.
So this just has
Mm.
that kind of a shape. Then let's
Mm.
move on
Mm.
to the next one. Next one is called the
Mm.
pivot joint. It
Mm.
rotates in only one axis. This is a pivot.
Okay.
It can rotate, but only it can rotate in one axis.
Okay. Is the head, neck, is that a part of it?
It's the with wrist. This one we can do the pronation and supination. This is where it happens in the first step. Do you want to show the hand movement of the first step? So when we are doing just the hand movement, you're not just rotating this wrist.
Wrist. It is this. It is this.
Exactly. It is that
Okay.
joint.
Okay.
When you say that
Acha.
just open, we just, sometimes tend to say, just move your wrist.
Wrist. It's not just the wrist. It is from this whole. Yes. Yes.
Exactly.
Okay. The
Just from this
forearm.
hole. And it's just a tiny rotation. It's not the huge rotation that is happening.
Full rotation.
It's just that nice tiny rotation that is happening in this joint. Now,
Yes.
if
Yes.
you look at Bali, it's rotating.
Okay.
Then it is
Mm.
not even full rotation.
Yes. Yes. Nice.
Another
Balu
joint that
dances
we,
well.
yes, Balu listens. The next and most favorite joint is our ball and socket joint. We can just move all over the place with ball and socket joint. The two major ball and socket joints are an arm
Shoulder,
and
arms,
are using at the legs.
legs. Mm.
So, an interesting thing is the leg, the hip ball and socket joint is a deep joint.
Mm.
And the arm, shoulder ball and socket joint is a shallow one. So when you see, you have a lot of shoulder movement.
But not so much leg movement unless we really train. Unless we really train.
That's right. That's right. That is why we say because this is inside. It's a deep socket.
Inside, it's deep inside.
And
And our Aramandi happens from there, right? Aramandi happens from that leg, from the top part of the leg.
yes, if we are looking at the bone, this is where Aramandi happens.
Yes.
When we are looking at the muscle, then it happens from the
So but when we say Kalatipu, like turn your feet out, legs out, we understand Kalu as just the feet, but it's actually the entire leg that needs to be turned out and not just the foot.
yes, from all the way from the socket joint
Yes.
in this one.
Okay.
And another
Okay.
one is called the ellipsoid joint. It's called the wrist joint.
Elliptical joint.
It looks like a ball and socket joint, but it is in a different, like little
Elliptical shape.
like a wrist joints we just talked about. And then we have a saddle rotation, which is our thumb.
Okay.
It has more circular motion. It's just the thumb,
Than
not the hand.
Not the fingers. Yeah, this has a better circle.
Front and back, it can do rotation and it can also move at the end. It's not as free as the ball and socket joint, but not as restricted as a wrist joint.
Wrist joint.
Just in the hands, we have like minor variations of these joints.
Joints, okay.
And the last one is plain.
It's called?
Plain joint.
Plain,
It's like a disc. This is where it happens, that plain joint. Usually, it
Okay.
also, we don't use that even. It's like a flat bones moving, like gliding around each other.
Acha,
It's
acha.
called
Is
a
is it
elbow.
is this moving a hip?
Kind of,
Is that
yes,
what it is?
yes, that's the
What we do in belly dancing, is that the okay?
like the gliding movement. That is called
Yes.
the, even when we also, sometimes we say like in Parshva Vedanta,
Ha.
there's Natam,
Natam,
Samunatam,
Samunatam,
and the next one is called
Prasarita,
is the gliding.
Prasarita, gliding.
Prasarita is the
Acha,
gliding.
Prasarita. Hmm. Get
So,
it, get it.
yeah, these are our joints.
Okay.
As we talk, our ankle again is a hinge joint,
Hmm.
and our elbow is also a joint.
Hinge, hinge.
Hinge joint, easy hinge joint.
Yeah. Yes.
Pragya,
Can we go on to the muscles?
yes,
Or
Pragya,
is there
want to
anything?
show the Aramandi in perspective
Yeah, yeah.
bones?
Can you go back a little bit? I want to see your feet. So generally what we do is we just turn it out from the feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just turn it out from
The
the
wrong way, the wrong way. Yes. That way, like if you turn to the side, we'll be able to see that the knees go into the front and the leg is not turning completely.
So yes, this is her feet. Can you see her feet? We want her to move back a little bit. Pragya, move
No,
back.
that's okay. This is
Okay.
fine. This is fine.
This
Yeah.
is the feet. She just turned out from the feet.
Feet.
I'm sorry, not used to this AirPods.
That's okay. That's okay.
And the
Mm.
knee angle, because she did not turn it from her hips, her knees angle is falling in front. Like, the energy is
In
falling in front.
into the yeah.
The gravity is pulling not directly into this, but in a forward motion. That is when we have a lot
Yes.
of knee issues.
Knee issues. And even
Because,
the foot's arch collapses, right? In this posture.
yes, she's still twisting her hips.
I know. It's difficult to
It's difficult
yeah.
to not do it.
Undo it. I know. Yeah.
But when
So
she
the way we do it is we have to turn it out from the hip.
from the ball and socket joint, we can turn it.
Huh.
It's not like we cannot do it. It's just a
Uh,
joint, right? Nothing happens. There's no breakage. You
yeah.
can just nicely turn it out first. And if you want to trail, try to trail this way. Turn to the front. Just open your legs out and train this way. Turn it out.
Yes. And stand like that.
Stand like that and stabilize there. Stabilizing those three feet stabilizing factors. When we look at the feet, we have three stabilizing factors. One is the heel,
Mm.
one is somewhere like, right below the phalanges here, and then the little. It's like a tripod.
Okay.
We have that is like a tripod position where we can hold it.
Yeah. Triangle. Like the tripod. Okay.
That's the
Huh.
stable this thing for our legs. If you're not turning it properly from your joint, you don't
There's
have
some
that tripod.
there's echo. I don't know why. Suddenly it was perfectly fine. Now it's increased a little bit. Has anything changed?
Now?
Pragnya. Okay. Okay.
We want her also to listen. How about now? Do you
Yeah. This is okay.
This is okay?
Yes.
Okay. So try to
Mm.
turn it from your joints.
From the
I
hip.
want you to, yeah, from the hip. Exactly. Try to turn it from your hips all the way. Open it up. Turn it and sit down. So when you sit here, your knees are in line with your ankles. Your
Yes.
toes and ankles. And whenever,
Yes.
just turn to the side. So whenever everything is in line, she cannot even arch like this.
Yeah.
Doing this, her knees won't support, her legs won't support. Automatically, that ball and
She'll be
socket joint,
forced to be in the right position.
she'll be forced to be in that neutral spine's position, and upper body is also supported properly with the lower body.
Okay. So I have a couple of questions with this stance because we use it so much. I want us to just discuss this a little bit. So I'm noticing, just correct me if I'm wrong, I'm noticing that when I sit, okay, first, of course, we engage the core, we turn the legs out from the hips, we use the muscles in the thighs and we sit, right? So I'm noticing that when I use my outer thighs to pull them out, rather than just turning it out from the inner thighs, I have more stability. Will that actually work, or is it just, am I doing something wrong?
No, no, that's a beautiful example because when you're turning out, you say outer thighs. So this is
Yeah.
what I say. That is again the strongest muscle, quadriceps.
Acha.
When you're using its strongest muscles to pull it out, that is
Pull
when
it
you
out.
have the more stability.
Stability.
That is the job of it.
Okay,
The
okay,
job of the
okay.
strongest muscle to, it can do anything instead of just working on the inner thigh.
Inner thigh, yeah. So sometimes what I see is when we try to sit in Aramandi and we try to sit in Aramandi for a long time, we're just using our inner thighs to turn it out, to push it out, like we open a door, But if we start engaging the quads and the outer thigh also, the adductors. So when we use that, there's more stability to in yes, 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 yes. Okay, so it is correct to engage those two. Okay, okay, fine, go on. Yes, fine.
Then it should be starting to the muscles.
Yes, please, muscles. Yes, yes.
And also when we are using let's also do the Aramandi.
Speak, speak, speak.
Can you hear me clear now, or is it echoing?
Yeah. No, no, now it's fine. Actually, if you just stay here, maybe you should just stay here.
I'll stay here and turn back.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
just do the Aramandi. AirPods should be.
Yeah, that's okay.
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 Then sit in Aramandi with your hands as well. Hands up. Turn to the side. When she's turning to the side, look at her thighs. Her back is in the position. Her upper back, she's not even squeezing her upper back. She's only using her arms.
Yes.
None of this shoulder muscles. It's just the arms and arm muscles that she's using.
Yes, I've met so many dancers who have injuries around the scapula and on like the neck muscles become tight because they start engaging with the neck, right?
That's right.
Okay, okay. So we have to keep that relaxed. That part is relaxed. Everything is relaxed. It's just the arm that is working.
Exactly. Don't move your axial skeleton. Just use the appendicular skeleton. Axial is supporting. Why are you whenever we try to use that work around the axial skeleton, that is when it's confusing.
Yeah, creates an issue. Okay, okay.
That's right. Let's jump into the muscles. We'll just talk about major.
We'll just, quickly go out of this video and come back. Everyone, please come back because muscles are really important to know how to actually dance. This is just the supporting, this is the floor. This dancing actually happens with muscles, right?
Moving happens with muscles.
With muscles, yes. So we'll just quickly end this and come back, okay? Because it might end, I'm not sure. I don't want to take a risk. And fingers crossed this time the video gets saved.